Today, I'm very excited to bring you my all-new Mako pull cue tip. They're available in soft and medium, and I'm going to show you how to install this tip. Now, as you can see, this is a Miyuchi Black Dot. I already removed the old tip and prepped the ferrule to save some time on this video. If you want to see a full video on the entire process from start to finish, you could check out, I already did one, and I'll repost it again. So let's go ahead and get this tip on. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take the tip. I put it on some 220 sandpaper. I have this on a block, and I'm going to scuff the back of the tip to roughen it up so the glue adhesion is the best possible that we could get onto the ferrule. So between the tip and the ferrule, we need, perfectly flush connection, a bond. All right, so then what I like to do is I go ahead and I just clean it off, get all the loose residue off of there. Just take a paper towel. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my little handy tip holder. Once I got it in there, and that slides onto the tailstock. So basically what it's going to be is we're going to go ahead and press that onto the ferrule. All right, so now that I have my tip in my holder, I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue. I just want to make sure that you cover that. Don't go crazy because it's going to bleed out when you press it. Cover that right away. Now what I like to do, just go ahead and lay something down, a napkin, paper towel. This way any glue that gets pressed out does not bleed out onto my machinery. So I go ahead and press it. Now what I want to do is wipe that down real quick. Get all that excess glue that squeezes out. I'm going to go ahead and tighten my tailstock here. Keep pressure on the tip while it dries. And then we'll take a little close-up look. Now, the best advice I could give is to go ahead and get as much glue off as possible before it dries completely. Makes life a lot easier. All right, so now it's been sitting a few minutes. I like to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Get a real good bond on there. We're going to go ahead and remove the tailstock. Now, as you can see, let me get a close-up there. All right, so here's the close-up of the tip glued to the ferrule. All right, so now that we're zoomed in, you can see the Mako tip here. These Mako tips are available on my new site, makotips.com. There'll be a link below. And for everybody on YouTube, it's available at a severely discounted price, 40% off my normal price on this tip. This is a brand new introductory offer, spreading the brand name. So within the next few weeks, the price is going to go to the retail price of $10. So right now you can get them for $6 a tip. They come in soft and medium. And I tell you, the value for the money is tremendous. I sent it to a few cue makers, got great feedback, and they've ordered a bunch of tips. So I'm really excited about this. And I know you really like this tip. It just plays excellent. There's no need to spend, $25, $30 on a tip when you can get an excellent quality tip, at less than half the price. So let's go ahead and move on to this. Now you can see that wobble. That's because when I glued it on, it's slightly off center. Remember, I'm working with a 12.5 millimeter shaft, and the tips that they're 14 millimeters. So we'll flush that down. And now you can see it's nice and smooth. So you want to take just ever so slightly passes. Now I'm getting very close to the ferrule. I don't want to cut into the ferrule, I just feel. And now the rest I'll finish off with a razor blade. So I'm going to try to not block the view so you can see. So now I took a pass with the razor blade, got this perfectly flush, the tip with the ferrule. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to shape the tip. All right, so now I got my radius cutter on here. I absolutely love this tool. So we're going to go ahead and make a nickel radius. If you prefer dime, that's fine. Now we just want to make very light passes. And you just want to take it down to where that logo's gone. You see it's still some white there from the logo. You don't want to keep cutting into it because then you're removing all the layers of the tip. This is a 14 millimeter 8-layer tip. So it looks like one more pass should do it. Now you can see, beautiful nickel radius on there. All right, so here's a close-up side view. This is what the tip's gonna basically look like when it's finished. Now, I'm not even close to being finished. I still need to sand it down and then also burnish the tip. So look how beautiful the tip looks already, and I didn't even get to the final stage. So, I mean, appearance-wise, it looks awesome on your cue, and I'm telling you, playability, it's excellent, excellent. All right, so now I'm gonna hit it with some 400 sandpaper. Now you don't want to get the ferrule with the 400. Once you get to the 600 and above on the sandpaper, then you could get onto the ferrule. It's nice and smooth, and you don't have to go crazy with it, because if you do a good job of getting flush with your cutter, you don't have to go crazy with the sandpaper. You're just trying to smooth it out. Now this is the 600, and I could get onto the ferrule with the 600. So again, light pressure. Try to use all the parts of the sandpaper, obviously, you get your money's worth out of it. So here you can see, now I'm going to move on to 800. Now I'm on to the 800. This just makes it completely smooth, so there's absolutely zero ridge between. You can run your nail through there, and it's just one continuous diameter. There's no ridge in either direction, and that's what you're looking for. You want it absolutely nice and flush. And now I'm going to go on to 2000 to really give it that ultra smooth finish. So now I'm on 2000. Now this, if you hit the ferrule, you know, sometimes you get glue on the ferrule from the squeeze out. It's totally fine with 600 or above, and it'll get that excess glue off the ferrule. All right, so let's see how that looks. It looks really, really nice. Nice flush, smooth finish. Now I'm going to put some liquid burnisher on there. Let me just grab that. Excuse me a second. Now the burnishing we got to do, it's really going to finish it off. Now that seals the leather on the tip. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my leather burnisher. Now that tip's complete. I'll scuff up the face, just the hair. And sometimes what I like to do is put wax on here. This customer doesn't want any wax on there. Just go ahead. And now I'm scuffed up, ready to go. All right, so here's a real nice close-up side view of the Mako Tip installed on this Miyuchi black dot shaft.